Hi guys, we'll give a couple minutes for everyone to come in. And welcome to the Samhain ritual. So happy that people could come. I did, just so you know, turn the chat off. During the ritual, I decided not to have a bunch of chat and stuff during the ritual. But I will go on like afterwards in an hour or so, so we can kind of talk, what happened and everything. So we're going to start, and if you're following along, I did post the entire ritual on the Facebook page. So we're going to start with entering the circle. So we have some ritual oil tonight, and we're going to say, how do you enter the circle? In perfect love and perfect trust. Perfect love and perfect trust. Okay, we're going to begin to open the circle. In the west, here we are in the west for water. Hail, guardians of the west, element of water, keeper of the veil between worlds. We ask that you lift the silvery realm of the veil, and we invite you to our sacred space to reveal your secrets of the coming year. We ask that you cleanse our hearts and open our souls to your emotional energy. Welcome and blessed be. Then, I forget we're doing this Widdershins because it's Samhain, so then we go to the south. Hail, guardians of the south, element of fire, keeper of the flames that burn this night to honor our loved ones, to keep the hearth warm and to honor Vesta, goddess of the hearth. We invite you into our sacred space to warm our hearts and ignite our souls and open our own fire and creative spirit. Welcome and blessed be. Off to the east. Hail, guardians of the east, element of air, keeper of new ideas, home of the fae and spirits, keeper of the wheel. We invite you to our sacred space this night to guide us in the coming year, to enlighten us with your insight. We ask that you open our souls to your powerful intellect and knowing. Welcome and blessed be. And finally, to the north. Hail, guardians of the north, element of earth, keeper of all earthly elements. We invite you to our sacred space, to our wisdom of presence in the new year. Embrace us with your strength and open the gates of the underworld. Welcome and blessed be. Now we will invoke the god and goddess. Dark Mother, ruler of the night, goddess of death and rebirth, wise Hecate, hear and behold your children this night as we honor you and your realm. We stand humbly before you, asking for your blessing and favor. Lift now the veil between the worlds. As this time out of time begins, guide us in communing with our ancestors as they journey to the Summerlands, so mote it be. Dark Father, aged consort of the crown, Lord of the underworld, hear and behold your children this night as we honor you and your realm. We stand between you and your lady, asking for blessing and favor. As this time out of time approaches, stand over guard as the veil lifts, keeping safe our ancestors and all of our loved ones as they journey to the Summerlands. So mote it be. Samhain is here, and it is a time of transitions. The winter approaches and the summer dies. This is the time of the Dark Mother, a time of death and of dying. This is the night of our ancestors and of the ancient ones. Rosemary is for remembrance, and tonight we remember those who have lived and died before us, those who have crossed through the veil, those who are no longer with us. We will remember. We will recite the names in the petitions for remembrance. After each set of names, please respond, "We will remember." Miranda asks that we remember Chester Arthur Moore, Gladys Barnoff, Bradley Gross. We will remember. Darlene asks that we remember Lena Marie Vargas and Smokey. We will remember. Stephanie asks that we remember Anthony Fagg and Barbara Strange. We will remember. Angie asks that we remember Johnny Grimes and Mama Neil McClamrock. We will remember. Teresa asks that we remember J.C. Ward and Marie Toten. We will remember. Grace asks that we remember Ivan Dorothy Hunter and especially her brother Perry. We will remember. I ask that we remember Dolores Chapman, aka Tiptoe Chick. We will remember. Laura asks that we remember Alex Wilson. We will remember. Glenda asks that we remember Ethel, Chrissy Love, Pa John, and Mimi. We will remember. We petition to remember Roland Bates and Claude Boyer. We will remember. We petition that we remember Daryl Redding, Jean Bowman, and Cheryl Cosby. We will remember. Rachel asks that we remember Horace Rector and his wife and her great-grandparents. We will remember. We ask that you remember Maria Polnick and Carrie Davis. We will remember. Isis asks that we remember Alfredo Wong Den and Julio Wong Den, Elena Valdez. We will remember. Holly asks that we remember all of the people who died in the synagogue this past week. Jack, Mary, Rosalie, Gerald, Sandra Keith, and Charlene. We will remember. Linda asks that we remember Don Limbuck, the love of her life, Milani and Bill and Nora Smith. We will remember. Megan asks that we remember Mildred and Reginald Turner. We will remember. Angela asks that we remember Marie Grady, Jean Virgo, and Ginger. We will remember. Janice, Amber William McKay, and Ann Roswell McKay. We will remember. Sue asks that we remember Gary's dad Mike and her dad Bert and grandfather Nolan. We will remember. Gina asks that we remember the love of her life, Alfred Berea. We will remember. And Erin asks that we remember her father, Robert Hansen, her grandparents, Ed and Zelda McIver. We will remember. Debbie asks that we remember Wilbur Ployter. We will remember. Ben asked that we remember his grandfather, Emmanuel Cecil Franklin Boyer. We will remember. Wendy asked that we remember Richard and Eileen, Mama and Papa, her grandparents. We will remember. Chris Ann asked that we remember her father, Ralph DeThomas, and brother, Ralph DeThomas Jr. We will remember. Beth asked that we remember Ralph McMillan, her father. We will remember. Sue asked that we remember her Aunt Brenda Peachy. We will remember. Kristen asked that we remember Tom Fujimoto and Kona, Papa. We will remember. Luana asked that we remember Millie Terlizzi. We will remember. Xanthia asked that we remember Shantag Zuber, her father. We will remember. Tamara asked that we remember her son, Joseph Sitar, and Robert Bozek. We will remember. Tina asked that we remember Bonnie Minard and Cleve Locious Minard. We will remember. Melissa asked that we remember John and Ruth Belanca. We will remember. The wheel of the year turns once more, and we cycle into dark. At the end of that darkness comes light, and when it arrives, we will celebrate once more. We now take our ribbons, if you have them. White is for life, black is for death, and red is for rebirth. We bind these strands together, remembering those we have lost. Please take a moment to braid or to knot your ribbons and chant while doing so, hoof and horn, all that dies will be reborn. Corn and grain, all that falls shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that falls shall rise again. Hoof and horn, all that dies shall be reborn. Corn and grain, all that falls shall rise again. This braid can be used all year as a remembrance of those who have passed into the summerland. As you gaze on it through the year, let it invoke the joy of knowing that death is not the end for us. It is just the rest that we have earned before starting a new journey in the wheel of the year. We will now invoke the spirits. All ye spirits who walk this night, hearken to my call. I bid you in our circle join. Enter, enter, one and all. Come, ye spirits of the dead, be ye spirit of plant or pet, or human being who still roams, into this circle you are let. Speak to us of things unknown, lend your energies to this rite. To speed your journey we have joined on this sacred Samhain night. All ye spirits who walk this night, hearken, hearken to my call. I bid you in our circle join. Enter, enter one and all. O mighty Pan of the Summerlands, guardian of the blessed beloved dead, we pour forth love on those you keep safely in your peaceful stead. We bless those who have walked the path that someday we as well shall rove. We offer peace unto their souls while resting in your arms below. Now is the time for divination. We will play some soft music and allow some time for fellowship with the spirits who have come. Divination can be with tarot cards, crystal balls, any other divination form you would like, or just deep meditation. Blessings be upon thee, O wondrous spirits of the Summerlands. We humbly thank thee for your presence in our circle and honor you in celebration this sacred night. We beseech you, O Pan, keeper of the sacred dead, embrace once again those souls within your keep, and hold tightly to your breast those which have been lost and wandering. Grant them safe passage to the summer land, where they may rest peacefully in your strength until they are refreshed and reborn again in perfect love. We bid thee all a fond farewell. So mote it be. The gate is now closed. I'm going to read the descent of the goddess. Our Lady would solve all mysteries, even the mystery of death. And so she journeyed to the underworld in her boat upon the sacred river of descent. Then it came to pass that she entered before the first of the 7 gates to the underworld. And the guardian challenged her, demanding one of her garments for passage. For nothing may be received except that something is given in return. And at each of the gates the goddess was required to pay the price of passage. For the guardian spoke to her, "Strip off your garments and set aside your jewels, for nothing may you bring with you into our realm." So she surrendered her jewels and her clothing to the guardians, and was bound, as all living must be, who seek to enter the realm of death and the mighty ones. At the first gate she gave over her scepter, at the second her crown, at the third her necklace, at the fourth her ring, at the fifth her girdle, at the sixth her sandals, and at the 7th her gown. She stood naked and was presented before death. And such was her beauty that death himself knelt as she entered. He laid his crown and his sword at her feet, saying, "Blessed be thy feet that have brought you down this path." Then he arose and said, "Abide with me, but let me place my cold hand on your heart." She replied, "I love thee not. Why do you cause all the things that I love and take delight in to fade and die?" "My lady," replied Death, "it is age and fate against which you speak. I am helpless, for age causes all things to wither. But when men die at the end of time, I give them rest and peace and strength. For a time they dwell with the moon and the spirits of the moon. Then they may return to the realm of the living. But you are so lovely, and I ask you, return not, but abide with me here." But she answered, "No, for I do not love you." Then said Death, "If you refuse to embrace me, then you must kneel to death's scourge." The goddess answered him, "If it is to be, then it is fate, and better so." So she knelt in submission before the hand of Death, and he scourged her with so tender a hand that she cried out, "I know your pain, and the pain of love." They loved and were one, for there be 3 great mysteries in the life of mankind, and magic controls them all. To fulfill love, you must return again, at the same time, at the same place as the loved ones, and you must meet and know and remember and love them again. But to be reborn, you must die and be made ready for a new body. And to die, you must be born, and without love, you may not be born. And such is the wheel. And our goddess is ever inclined to love and mirth and happiness, and guards and cherishes her hidden children in life and in death, as she teaches the way to her communion. And even in this world, she teaches them the mystery of the magic circle, which is placed between the worlds of men and of gods. And thus we are taught of the beginning of the wheel of the year, wherein the Lord and Lady share their rulership of the year, each offering and each sharing a balance to the other, and the basis of that sharing. Behold the pomegranate, fruit of life. You cut it right on the plate, honey, so you don't cut yourself. Whose seeds lie in the dormancy of death. We eat a seed. I taste the bitter seeds of death. Okay, now the apple, but this way, right in the middle. Nope, this way.
Like this?
This way, yep. Behold the apple, fruit of wisdom, fruit of death, whose symbolism rewards us with life eternal. Behold the fivefold star, the promise of earth. We taste the apple. I taste the fruit of rebirth. Behold the sacrifice, symbolizing the death of the God, who dies in the fields and is placed now into the womb of the goddess. We eat a bite of the sacrifice. I taste the sacrifice of the God. Behold the womb of the goddess, who now welcomes the God into her womb to prepare him for his rebirth at Yule. I taste of preparation of the God in the womb of the goddess. And thus is the circle of rebirth. All shall pass from this life through the great God, Pan, but through the dark goddess and her love you are all reborn. In the cycles of nature, through the cosmic plan, in living we die, in dying we live. The fruit is the first seed, yet seed comes from the fruit. In the mystery of life and death and rebirth, the circle turns evermore, and she is its root. So mote it be. Now we will begin to dismiss the God and Goddess. Lord and Lady, we have been blessed by your sharing this time with us, watching and guarding us, guiding us here in all things. We came in love, and we depart in love. Love is the law, love is the bond. Mary did I meet, Mary do I part, and Mary will I meet again. Mary meet, Mary part, and Mary meet again. So mote it be. Now we go backwards. We start with the north, earth in the north. Depart in peace, elemental earth, my blessings take with you. So mote it be. Move to the east and air. Depart in peace, elemental air, my blessings take with you. So mote it be. To the south and fire. Depart in peace, elemental fire, my blessings take with you. So mote it be. And finally, in the west. Depart in peace, elemental water, my blessings take with you. So mote it be. Blessings and powers of the visible and invisible, depart in peace. You aid in my work, whisper in my mind, and bless me from the other world. Let there be ever harmony between us. My blessings take with you. The circle is closed. The circle is open, yet the circle remains as its magical power is drawn back into me. The circle is cleared, so mote it be. The ritual has ended. Blessings have been given and received. May the peace of the goddess and the god remain in your heart. So mote it be.